How you doing, guys? My name is Anthony White, and I'm a motivational, inspirational speaker.
My name is Lyndon Johnson. Once again, and I'm here with Anthony White, and this is another installment of self-awareness videos engineered to positively impact negative behavior. Today we're going to talk about self-esteem and how it affects people in general. To ask Anthony is what is self-esteem? How we would describe it?
Okay, before we actually get started, I just want to say thank you, man, for having me. That's the first thing. Self-esteem has a lot to do with self-worth. You know, self-worth and self-esteem is connected together. And it's easy to distort a person's self-esteem by saying derogatory things, you know, talking down to them, you know, not giving them positive feedback, you know, saying a lot of negative things, especially as a child coming up. It'll affect you even more. So that's a battle that, you know, is an internal battle that you have to deal with, self-esteem. The key is to be able to let people know exactly what they do. And see, you want to build a person's self-worth, because if you build their self-worth, then their self-esteem will be healthy. And that's what it's about. It's
to help a person to restore their own self-esteem.
Well, one of the things you can definitely do is start to complete things. Completion has a lot to do with your self-esteem. The more you complete, the more you feel better about yourself. The more you feel better about yourself, your self-worth starts to come into play, and it helps your self-esteem.
Okay.
And schooling is so important. To finish schooling is very important.
Okay.
Lack of education is no knowledge, you know, so education is so important. And finishing, just like I said, you know, you need to complete things, you know. So when you see a young man finish high school, you know, that's when you compliment them. You let them know, you know, everybody don't do this. It's great that you did that, you know, and that's good for his self-esteem and his self-worth, you know. So that's really important. Schooling is a major part of our life. Embarrassment and feelings. You know, most of our people, or most of our kids, they identify with anger because that's where we slide to real quick. But instead, there's been some feelings before that, like embarrassment, that takes us to anger. But we miss it because we're so busy trying to be angry, you know, like who you talking to, what you say. So we try to go right there instead of just identifying that, you know what, you embarrass me in front of everybody. You know what I'm saying? And that's the feeling that I really need to learn to deal with, embarrassment. I'm not good with that. But guess what? It's okay to be embarrassed. You know, it's okay to get disappointed. It's okay to have these feelings, but not to act out on them or not to do nothing negative. You know, so yeah, that was good. I like that. Feelings are important.
How about this? Stop and think.
That's good. That's a tool. That's definitely, stop and think is a tool. You know, the main thing with us is that we usually react right away. We don't want to react right away. We want to internalize, sit on it, feel the feeling, and then sit back with it, and then make a decision, because we'll come up with a better decision every time. Every time, if we wait and not act out, you know, not just throw up right away, we just act, we sit there, we sit on it, we learn to internalize it, and then we identify what feeling we have, whether it's embarrassment or disappointment or shame or whatever it is. We feel it, and then we act on it in a positive manner when we sit with it.
And that's the purpose of this whole exercise, is to positively impact negative behavior.
Right. You know, one of the things I talk about with a lot of guys, right, when I do the motivational speaking, is decision making, how we respond to something. It's not so much what happens to you, it's how you respond to it. And that's one of the keys that's going to help us, that everything is supposed to be beneficial for us and not detrimental. So when we respond, if it's detrimental and it hurts us, then it's not the right response. If it's beneficial and it don't hurt you, don't create two problems, then it's beneficial and it's a good response. And that's what we search for each and every day with every decision that we make. What's the outcome to the decision that I made? Is it for me or against me? Is it detrimental or is it beneficial? You know?
Is there anything else you would like to add? I mean, that's really easy.
Well, you know, I think at some point, man, all human beings need to learn to reach out to those that not in the place that they in. I think if we learn to do that as a people, we'll do better, you know, because it's about helping the next man get to the next level. You know what I'm saying? It's not always about us, you know, even though sometimes we think it is.
Yeah.
But the best way in the world to help yourself is to help someone else. And when people realize that, because like yourself, I know you know, but a lot of people don't know.
Yeah.
And see, that's the message we need to get out. We need to get out the message that, you know what, you need to take some time and help somebody else. You'll find out how beneficial that is for you when you make that decision.